Let me tell you, the reason why you one of the people I absolutely wanted to talk to was because one, you and I started following each other like at the beginning of COVID. We kind
Yeah.
of like started following each other on a like mental health, a little bit angry, but we really like music situation there. And I'm like, anybody who is like flowing with me like that,
We're, yeah,
yeah,
like-minded for sure.
I'm like, welcome to Lovely Esteem. I'm Lovelie, the auntie you always wanted, the sister girlfriend you didn't know you needed, honey. You gotta have self-love to have self-esteem. And here we know that God don't make no junk. So we're gonna sit down, talk about it, and see how we can fix it, baby. Let's do it. Hey guys, this is Lovely with Lovely Esteem, and you're on Healing Through Conversation. Today I have a wonderful guest that I've been internet stalking for a little bit. Um, we've actually connected through Instagram, and I know you're like, do you really connect to people? Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do, and it's been so wonderful. AlexCanSing is the handle.
Yes, yes.
Um, but I have been calling you Lexi for a minute. And I was like, that's wrong. Is it Alex? What did you
It's
do?
Alex, Lex.
I was like, you changed your name
Lex,
on me.
Lex is fine. Alex or Lex, it's cool.
Okay, okay. And I loved what I will say is this. I love the fact that you started really like exposing us to your music right now. Like you're starting to like open up
Yeah,
a little
I
bit.
am. I am.
And that is like why I really wanted you to come on and just introduce yourself and talk to us. So
Okay.
tell us a little bit about you, darling.
Okay. Okay. Well, hello everyone. Yes, my handle is Alex Can Sing, but when I go by Alex or Lex. I do sing. I've been singing since I was 4 years old, is all I know. I never really had any formal training on it. Honestly, a few vocal, things here and there, but nothing really crazy. It's just really a God-given gift. I'm 35. I live in the Baltimore area. Um, my profession is in healthcare, with financial side, but my passion, of course, is music and singing.
You close to me anyway. I'm in Reisterstown. So
Oh, you're down the street.
I'm down the street. Just,
No, you are.
take a little 795. You're like, oh, I'm out here in the woods. A black woman in the woods. You just don't know out here. Um, one of the interesting things that I wanted to talk about a little bit is that you're from Detroit. And I'm like,
Wait,
Detroit and
no,
music.
I'm from St. Louis, but
St.
same
Louis?
difference. St. Louis has a very rich music history now. Ike and Tina Turner got their start in St. Louis.
Well, I'm more of a Tina Turner than an Ike. So I'm a Tina it over.
Okay, no, totally, totally.
No, but like tell me what's your history with music? Does your family sing too?
My mom could sing. I got it from her. I grew up in a very strict denomination. I don't know if you've heard of Seventh Day Adventist, but
Yes. Yes.
that was my upbringing. I was born into it. My mother was born into it. So that shaped a lot of my musical acumen, if you would say. But yeah, I'm a church kid like everyone else, grew up singing in church. I feel like that's the foundation, me personally, for the best singers are church singers.
So I was gonna say, so when you said earlier that you had no formal training, that's a lie. Because
Well, that is
you,
true. You're right.
you said it in church. When somebody say, "Go on, baby, take your time," you like that's your get it
No,
together. I'm not
no,
doing
you're
so well.
right. You're
Just
absolutely, so
take your
you know
time.
what? Church is the first, no, that is a training in and of itself, and that's a whole nother, but church will train you for a lot of things in life.
It totally will, and you hope that you make it out. You hope you make it out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always say I was a church girl younger, became a spiritual person later on in my life
Same with
because
me.
I felt like if I have to restrict who I am in order to be loved, I'm not quite sure that this is my space. But
I
I don't
agree.
knock anybody who needs to be in that space because
I agree.
that's not my lane. You
Right.
know.
And that's where I am too. I'm more of a spiritual person. I don't attend church regularly. Not that I have anything against church.
Yeah.
I still tune into my home church here and there. I'm not against it, but for me, um, same with you. If you can't accept me, and I'll be honest with you, I got tired of hearing you're going to hell sermons. Like I literally to this day, I have like slight PTSD with that because I just remember sitting in the audience frozen like this and wondering who's looking at me.
Yeah, because I think especially when you have your own, I say all the time, we all have our things that we're fighting, no matter what it is. It could just be the fact that maybe you wanted to wear red nail polish. I mean, red lipstick in church, you was going to
Oh
hell.
yeah, that was a no
That
for
was a
women.
no-go, but it was one of those things. I remember growing up, and one of the churches I attended was with my then uncle who was alive, and he helped raise me, but he happened to be gay. And the pastor was preaching, and he started saying, and the homosexuals are going to jail. And I'm like looking at my uncle like, are you sending him to jail? Like, as a child, you know what I mean? And then after a while, you just like, okay, I got to find an environment that works well for me. And my uncle never left. He stayed to church until the day he passed.
And that's another, and not to cut you off, but there are a lot of gay men in the church, even with, and it's nothing. Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you have a church with 200 people, there's a lot of lives in that church.
Right.
There's some lives that are really in the pews, and there's some lives that are not in the pews right now.
That is true.
And it doesn't take away from the words you hear. It doesn't take away from what you're trying to put with that. But a lot of people do hide because being truly you may not absolutely keep you in the forefront of the church's blessings.
That's true.
But I've lived a really wonderful life, and one of the best things that ever happened to me was that my mom and my uncle raised me. So I have a really good understanding of the world, and it's not stuck in this box. So I'd much rather be around people who are being them. Like, even if you don't like me, even if you're mean, if I know who you are up front,
that's true,
then we can walk together. But if I don't know who you are, and then all of a sudden you be like, ta-da, like, ooh.
Exactly. I don't like surprises.
I do not want to do that. Do you sing here in Baltimore? Are you here?
I'm at the point where I'm looking to do that, but to answer your question, I don't currently.
You have to. You need to just jump in and do some like karaoke nights.
I need to. I'm getting there. I'm like you said, I'm starting to sing more on my page, put myself out there. So
let's talk. What's your fascination with pop culture? Like what's your favorite genre of music? 1, 2. Who are your top 5 singers?
Okay, Lord. Okay. Favorite genre of music, of course, is R&B and soul. Top
is 5. Is it all R&B or R&B? That's
R&B, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, were you saying Aura for another person who we won't name?
I'm just asking you. Who's your 5? Your 5.
R&B, soul, hands down.
Okay.
You said top 5 singers.
Yes, top 5 singers, darling. People who, like, every time you hear them, you stop and then you start singing along.
Ooh, okay, Jasmine Sullivan. Even though I can't even do anything, she's just amazing. Of course, Brandy. Of course, I grew up loving her. Love her voice. There's some other like UK singers like Jessie J. She's one that is amazing. Oh my God. She's amazing and very underrated. Who else? JoJo. I don't know if many people are familiar with her, but she's another good one that's really, really well. Of course, I love Whitney, rest in peace, Mariah Carey. I grew up in that era as a child.
The diva.
Like a lot of, and so it was crazy. A lot of people, nothing against, were adults during that time, but I was a child, and so I'm absorbing all of this as I'm coming into my own with my singing, with my music. I'm like, okay, so this is what it is. So now it's hard for me when these people can't really sing that are on the charts. It's hard.
Now, what I've noticed between all of the people, you like runs. You like that. You
like a little run here and there. I do.
Because every single person. Now, Whitney, she would give you a run.
Oh,
but you didn't know. You didn't. You was like just sitting there, and then she smack you with it, and then go back to singing.
So true.
versus, and but like Brandy, she wrote the book. She just is so rich, right?
It is
And
very,
then
very rich.
Jasmine just like she like put sauce on it. She like grab you by your throat.
Yeah,
Like, what?
yeah, totally, totally.
What just and Jessie J,
I'm sorry.
she be whipping. You know what I think part of Jessie J's lack of appeal is in kind of pop
Tell me.
culture is they don't know where to put her. Like they
That
can't
is,
make her white, right?
they
They
don't, they
can't make
can't.
her
They don't
and
know how to promote, how to sell her.
and because she like listen, even when she was over in Korea, she
And
went
on that listen,
oh when she
those
was
perform.
singing,
Listen. I'm not afraid to say it. I don't cry when people sing. Okay, watching, I cried. I cried
she
watching those performances.
dude, when she came out flatfoot, hit that Whitney song. And when
She
she
killed it.
stopped, they was just like,
They know what to do. This white girl from London is over here killing it, right? You know what I mean? They didn't know what to do.
with no accent. Like
No.
she dropped the accent and just sang.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
the reason why I love that particular show is because they're all about panning in on everybody's reaction to what's happening.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And you can see all of them like,
No, literally their faces, no, the reactions are everything.
like,
Yes.
but we miss like some good. JoJo is the same way.
They don't know what to do with her.
Because she's like, she always says she believes she's an old soul. Like she said, she's been singing soul since she could start singing.
And yes.
Go ahead and read.
I remember her on Mari. So that's the thing. As a kid, I'm seeing all these other kids on TV sing, and it made me another. What's the Sister Act 2? That's a movie that shaped me because again, I was a child, so I'm like, oh wow, there's other kids who, you know what I mean? Like, even though I was around kids who sang, but singing it like on a movie was just like, wow, like this is the club I'm in, like in a way, you know what I mean?
And I'm like, so you said 35, I'm 47.
Okay.
So you figure I had like Kids Incorporated in the Disney group, kind of for kids,
so
right?
Like Brittany and Justin.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
But you see, like that was the pop culture genre, right? And then as pop culture kind of, but when Boys to Men came out, then that's when you started seeing more JoJo, kind of a people with Christina Aguilera.
Yes, you're right.
Because you had so many people like, how can we capitalize off of this harmony? Right?
Yes.
Wanye is giving you more runs than you can handle. You done dropped your juice.
No, literally, Wanye would be like, no, he can sing. No, don't get me wrong.
No, he really can sing. But you know what? When it came to like, you was just kind of getting into that Jodeci kind of hip hop, R&B.
Yes.
John B. John B is my boy. John, that Joe kind of a, vibe.
Yeah.
And the women just were like, oh, you think we can't?
Yes,
totally.
totally.
Hold my hair. Give me a moment. Hey guys, it's Lee with the T, and today we're going to talk about Black Mental Health Alliance, www.blackmentalhealth.com. Black Mental Health Alliance goes by BMHA, and the mission statement on their website: to develop, promote, and support. The mission statement on their website reads: to develop, promote, and sponsor trusted, culturally relevant educational forums, trainings, and referral services that support the health and well-being of Black people in their community. I love that. The vision: the creation of an equitable, respectful, and compassionate society. The development of Black communities in which optimal mental health enables children, youth, adults, and families to strive for and embrace their best lives. We're always looking for a way for us to get better. And culturally, I know that mental health is still a stigma. However, they have resources for clinicians. They have resources for some financial help. They have resources for different programs, trainings, outreach. It just looks like such a great place to start if you're thinking about your mental health, how you can get out into the community. This is not sponsored, okay? I'm gonna just add this to the beginning. This is not sponsored. Check them out though. Thank you. Let's continue the conversation.
Yes.
Mariah was my big Mariah and Celine
Oh,
Dion.
she's another. Oh. And see, I didn't see my lists are just. I have different lists.
I know, but like Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, and Celine Dion.
The top. Listen,
Right.
that's the trinity of vocals. I'm
just
sorry.
like, but I used to always say, because I grew up with such a wonderful uncle, I had Barbara Streisand in there because people slept on
Let's
her.
talk about it. That's
in our community. In the white community, she was.
I would agree with you on that. The black community hasn't embraced
because we had Donna Summers, right?
Yeah.
And Donna Summers can score.
Yes, a voice.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace for sure.
But she was another one of those people who gave you such an angelic punch because runs wasn't the thing back then.
Yeah, at that time, no one was doing that.
No.
Right.
And then, Whitney started kind of coming out, and you started having like the Patrice Robinson, like those women who started giving you like the funk kind of underground. And then Tina Marie, who is also on the list, as I mentioned,
yes, she is now.
But that's like not even to get into like the CeCe Winans of the world who can still sing you under the table.
Yes. Yolanda Adams still sing you under the table.
Yolanda Adams, she used to make me cry. I'm like, what? No, yeah. What? Why are you singing Anita Baker like that? Why are you singing that?
Oh no, the way she whoo.
It's stanky and great all at the same time, And that's why I was like, I said we have to talk. I said, because we be following and liking the same everything. We all on every R&B hot chart list.
Yes.
And I was like, it's so rare to see somebody enjoy music that much without trying to like water it down. Like every time I see you like something, you're like, hey, if I like you as an artist, we're gonna ride or die until you prove.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is me to the core. I've always been like that since I was that's me.
So that's why I said, I was like, okay, I said we need to have a top 5. Now, what's your top 5 songs? I know.
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. My top 5 songs of all time. Now I'm not saying that
not all times, because you can change it tomorrow. But right now, on today's date.
You know what? One thing is up there for me. I will never get tired of that song.
What?
Amory, One Thing.
Do you believe that if they hadn't slighted Amory, Beyonce may not be totally who she is? Are you one of those people? Because
I'm not one of those people, though. I think
Beyonce still would have done her thing.
Yeah.
Now, if Aaliyah was still alive, it would have took a little shine. It would have took a little bit of shine, a little bit.
A little bit. Because for the white Hollywood sphere, really, there can only be one like black singer, actor, girl, right?
Right, in that complexion.
Right,
like the chocolate one.
Yeah, I'm talking about in that color palette, if you want to use that word.
Which is crazy.
Right, but it can only be one. So Leah passed, rest her soul, but then Beyonce started acting a lot after that.
Yeah, but Beyonce
Austin Powers.
Yeah, but she might shouldn't act though. Like, I know I'm gonna get hell for that, yo. But listen,
you are.
She's an amazing singer and entertainer. I can't even imagine the amount of effort she puts into her performances in her songs.
Listen. And as someone, I've only done background, so I can only imagine. It's crazy. That girl, she works. She worked.
Like when I think about work ethic, I'm like, I can't imagine just even being her assistant. I would be tired.
Oh yes.
I'm like, what? What are you doing? Well, why are you doing that? Well, that's not what we have on our
calendar. Totally.
No, okay. So One Thing by Amory, number 1.
That is favorite songs, Lord. We Belong Together, Mariah Carey. That
Oh,
is on the list.
yes.
That's a timeless song. So my favorite songs are songs that are timeless that you can play and you're not like, oh, that song again. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So those
Yes.
are two. A Janet song is definitely in there. Doesn't Really Matter is on my most favorite songs. That song, you know what's crazy? That's I don't know what they put in it, but I tell everybody, if you feel sad, play Doesn't Really Matter one time and you won't feel sad anymore. It's a very happy, I don't know if it's the key that it's in, it's a very happy song.
But it's like happy in the sense of, I think sometimes when people hear the word happy, they think that you're like walking around with a weird smile on your face,
Oh
like
yeah,
almost
not
a sad
that.
smile.
No.
No, but it's like it's like changes the serotonin in your brain, like it elevates you a bit.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes, yes,
yes.
yes, 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 yes.
Last song.
I gotta put a rap song in here. Ooh, do you know the Jada Kiss We Gonna Make It? Do you know that
Yes,
song? That
we
okay. I
gonna
can
make it. We
we
gonna
gonna
make it.
make I can
Yes.
play that in that's a timeless song. I never get tired of it.
See, mine is Rick Ross because every day I am hustling.
Okay, that's
But
a good one.
but it makes me laugh because I'm like, because I am more of a Southern rap girl. Like
Okay,
I
okay.
love Texas,
Okay.
Memphis,
Atlanta.
Atlanta. But that's because when I was coming up, when Southern rap finally hit us, it was like Outkast, and then we got introduced to like all of the South, and then it was like Little Baby
All of
and
it,
Lil
yeah.
Wayne, and so it was like coming at you so fast because I was like, I'm
Got
not
you.
angry enough to like be on the East Coast, even though I
Because
live on the
that
East
was
Coast.
no totally.
It was serious. And I said, and I'm not gang banging, so I can't be on the West Coast.
Yep.
But somewhere in the
That's a
middle
good.
of believing
Yep.
in the Lord, the stripper music hit me in the South, and I was like, I don't know what the beats. I'm like, every time you turned around, you was like, it's a stripper song.
No, literally, literally for real.
Yeah, so that was my big thing. But you also hit the point when one of the things I want to discuss, like what equality looks like in the music industry, like with regards to only having one really popular Black girl
And
or
see, now the market is so saturated now. Like there's so many R&B girls. There's so many. But see, the thing is, it's not a lot of R&B men really dominating.
no.
Women are dominating rap and sing R&B.
But I'm like, what's his name? Lucky Day.
He's good.
He's
I
really,
mean,
really
Lucky Day,
good.
Giveon.
Really good.
That's what.
Um, he was just on the Terrell show, and I always mess his name. I always miss his name. He's not really R&B per se. It's his shoot.
I
He can
don't
sing
know.
anything. He can sing anything, but he's also an underschool. Darren, Darren, Darren. I'm gonna have to look back and put his
Okay.
name in here because like there's some people who are like considered B-side. Oh, what's the guy? James, who sung on the New Edition movie.
Okay, Paul. Oh shoot.
See, but he just did
Wolf
Babyface.
James. Wolf
Yes.
James. He is
Woo!
cold.
Woo!
He's to me. He sings better than the two you named, Lucky Day and Giveon.
No, he don't even. He look like when he sings, he feels it in his body.
Oh yeah,
Some people can sing like it's like what's her name? We're gonna mess it up. Gopel or Guapale.
go out.
We're
What
gonna
did
mess
you
it up. We're
call
gonna mess it up.
her?
We're gonna mess it up. But I saw her sing. I saw her live.
Okay.
She's such a great singer that she doesn't look like she's singing. Like
Her mouth is just no, yeah. I've never seen her live, but her music is
it's amazing. But she just literally walks across the stage and it almost looks like she's floating. And the sound that's coming out of her mouth, your eyes are just like,
no.
you're trying to
She's
hypnotize
dope.
people in here. That's what
She's
you're doing.
dope. Mm-hmm.
That's how Luke James sings. Like when he
No,
sings and he finishes, you like, I believe you.
nope. He gives it. He gives it.
Because Babyface was even like,
No, yeah. When you impress the legends, that's yeah.
I'm like, okay, all right. But even Tank is not in my
Tank was
top.
good. He's
Yes,
not in
he's
mine
not my top.
either. But people love him. It's nothing against him. He's just not
Luke James Tank's better than Tank, and I
to
know
me. I
that's
agree.
that's
I agree with
that's
you.
gonna be a fight. That's gonna be a fight.
Everyone's not going to agree with that.
But even Tank was like, you really came out here and just took you going to take my contest, and
Yes.
then I'm just like, okay. Avery Wilson, that's who stole Tank's.
He cold. No, he sang. No.
He's the one who took Tank's competition for
Yes.
Tevin Campbell's Can We Talk. But can we talk about because I know you got a real life that you gotta live, but
Tia, come on.
I think that people had no real clue how great Tevin Campbell's voice was. Because now when people try to sing Can We Talk, they be fighting for their life to stay up top.
He was singing high as hell. Do you hear me?
And I was like,
never, because every man, believe it or not, can't sing that high. Every person has their own range, right?
yes.
Tevin Campbell has a high, they call it like a first tenor range. It's very, very high.
And I think
that's hard to sing.
People was like, oh, I can do this. I'm like, no, baby. You're in the wrong key. I mean, you sound good.
You're not in that's the thing. A lot of them were singing it, can we talk? That's not the key.
I was like, you need an end. I said, come on. me. No, so I was like, look, you and I can do this. We're gonna have to do this every once in a while. We're gonna have to do a little segment together.
Yeah, let's do a music. I'm good on that. I got you.
We're gonna have to do that when we talk about music, and then like the next time we can talk about fashion and pop culture, because you be catching it too. You be putting them out there. I'm like, did you just you're gonna expose one of your favorite people? Like they didn't have to. That maybe that wasn't the right outfit. You never know. We be falling apart out here.
I mean, listen, one thing about me that people do, I could say they like about me. I like my people, but I'm critical on everybody. I'm just critical of art, period. Like, that's just how I am.
I'm an Aquarius, okay? So pray. Okay. Prayer. It's too honest. Nobody asks me my.
Gotcha.
I tell people all the time, if you ask me a question, and my next response is, do you want my response? Or do you want the response that you need me to give you? Because those are two different responses. Because
there are.
Those are different responses. And I'm like, I don't want you to look at me and be like, fuck her. Anyway, what do you have coming up next? Because now we're gonna force you to sing. When you gonna sing? When you gonna do it? What else are you gonna put up? You gotta put some more videos out.
I'll do that.
You gotta put some more videos out. You're gonna have to sing in the dark, like the people do on TikTok.
In the dark?
They just sing in the dark so that way people don't feel like people staring at their face.
I might try that.
They sing in or they usually have the camera pointing up to the ceiling. You can do this.
I can do it. Now that I can do.
I'm just saying. So now this competition. You got 2 weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks to release this video.
I can do that.
Okay.
I got you.
Thank you so much for doing this with me. This has been wonderful. Problem. Look, you became now you're a little co-host. You go ahead and come back with
anytime. I got you.
All right, honey. You go back and live your full life. Go back and stand in the rain or something.
All right.
Bye, babe.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you found some healing, connection, and joy. Until next time, bye, loves.